Yeah, he seems to have a bit more personality than some of the other people Shepard has taken offence, well not offence, but sort of given a wide berth, the likes of Kaiden and Jacob for instance. But he seems to have a little bit of a humorous personality.
Sure.
Cortez, how's it going? You don't want to speak to me? Fine. I don't want to speak to you either. I did speak to him before. He just happened to be off camera when I was upgrading my weapons, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's the way it fell, I'm afraid. But suffice to say, he's the shuttle driver. And now, my model ship collection is looking far more like it used to be. Lovely. The Normandy 2, the Normandy 1, the Sovereign, Geth ships, the Destiny Ascension, they're all there. And probably some new ones as well. But most importantly, is we've got Koku back. You little cheeky. Thought you could hide from me, did you? Well, not anymore, because I've got you back where you belong, on my shelf. All we need now is some fish, and we'll be like old times. Right, so we have done here. We have done what we need to do, which means we're going to now jet off to Passages New. But before we do that, I just want to go through something which I have decided to do. Now, I'm not a lover of cheating. I don't use cheats in games. You know, a lot of people have asked me on The Sims, why don't you just use the Motherload cheat and give yourself lots of money, etc., etc. And why don't you do this? I'm not a lover of cheating. I don't like it. I like to play the games as they're meant to be played, and that's how it goes. But I've looked at the scanning because if you remember right, the last time we left off, we were sort of having a quick shot at this new scanning malarkey, where you have to scan the systems to find the resources, but if you scan too many times the Reapers come and you can't go back and do any more scanning until after the next mission. And to me, it just seems like a hell of a headache. You know, going down round these systems, some of them which are quite large, randomly scanning for resources, and it's just pure pot luck whether you get them on the first, second or third, fourth scan. And I can see myself getting frustrated is if after 4 scans these Reapers turn up and you have to go away and then come back to the same system at a later time to do it again, and maybe go through the same palaver over and over. And it just seems to me like something I would find rather frustrating. So rather than doing all that off camera and causing a whole heap of kerfuffle and things like that, I've decided I found a guide on the internet of where the resources are in a particular system. So if I'm in a particular system to do a mission, I'm going to look at where the materials are, because I just don't really want to go around randomly scanning and just going through this whole palaver. So I'm going to do that. I thought I'd tell you that I'm going to do that. Because it just keeps the pace of the game up rather than me having to do this potluck thing, and also it maximises the opportunity for me to get as many points as possible in terms of the military strength, because then that will also assist in me not having to do the multiplayer. So if I get as many of the resources as possible from the systems, then that's good news for me, not having to play the multiplayer, or playing the multiplayer for as less time as possible. So here we are in Utopia, so stand by. I'm going to find out where the resources are in Utopia, and then we shall jet off to the next mission. Back in a second. Okay, we're good to go. Now, one way I've decided to go about my business here is, rather than because I am using this guide, it would be very tempting to excuse me, something's happened on my computer. I'm just trying to ascertain what's going on here. That's fine. We're in good order, that's fine. It would be very tempting to go around every single possible cluster and system and get these resources, you know, straight off the bat and really go to town, but that would to me feel a little bit off, a little bit wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to only scan the systems that I have something to do there. I'm not going to fly to random systems just to get the materials, so if I happen to be in a system because I'm doing a side mission or doing a main mission, then I will scan that particular system for the resources. If I don't have a reason to be there, I won't go there. So it's a bit of a way to control how I'm going about using the guide, so to speak. It's giving me a little bit of a, it's sort of reining me in from exploiting the guide too much. And I seriously doubt that we will go to every single system possible as part of a mission, so I will miss some of the resources, which only seems about fair, because if I wasn't using the guide, then I wouldn't get every single resource. So it just seems as a way to, it just seems like a way for me to balance the balance that out. So enough talk. Let's get to scanning, and the first thing is about down here.
I found something.
There we go. What have you found, Edie? How do we recover it? What? Start scanner? Ah. What have we found? Prothean data file. Okay, whatever that is, we found it. And the second piece of the puzzle, somewhere down here. Excellent. The wreckage of a fuel depot destroyed by enemy forces. Fuel can be salvaged from the debris. We've recovered 200 units of fuel. Okay, so there we go. So what I'll do is I'll keep a list of planets that we've scanned. I don't know if this 100% assets recovered in the top left hand corner will stay throughout my time playing the game, but just in case it doesn't, I'll just make a quick note that I have done Utopia, and then we can move on to the next place. Marvellous! So Utopia is done. Where are we going next? That's the next question. Now we have two things. We have the priority, which is to go to Palaven, but I don't think we have to go there as a matter of... well, it says priority, but I don't believe if we don't go there, I don't think it's going to muck up anything. So I'm just actually going to go to this Cerberus lab. It's located on Sanctum. And seeing as we're already sticking it to Cerberus, I think it's about time we just stuck it to him a bit more. Put the foot on the throat whilst the pressure's still on, you know? So it's located on Sanctum. I have no idea where Sanctum is, but I'm sure we'll find it. So the Exodus cluster is done for now. Where do we go to find this Cerberus thingamajig? Cerberus lab. That'll do us. Wow, that was kinda loud. Okie dokie. Skepsis. The Cerberus lab is not here. But it's rather up here in a different place. A different system. Decoris. So just float on over there. Ah, this is a rather small place. Decoris. The planet Lena. Methane-clouded hothouse. Its lack of a metal-rich core and significant magnetosphere allows for an easy scan which reveals mining equipment on its surface. It can be deduced that this mining occurred within the last 5 years. Any longer and the machines would have been worn down to nothing by the excessive heat and dust storms of hot iron oxide. Now here's where we want to be. Sanctum. Sanctum is proof of the old spacer adage, just because it's a garden world doesn't mean it's a picnic. I remember reading that in Mass Effect 2. Is this the same planet? Yeah, I believe this is a planet we explored in Mass Effect 2. How very strange. Squad selection. We can't take Javik with us, or Javik. It's not a silent It's not a silent J. We can't take him with us because he's recovering. So he's having a bit of a rest, so we'll keep him there for now. Taking instead Liara and James. Also having a look at our weapon loadout. We have the M23 Katana Mark II and the M3 Predator. Looking to James. He has Katana II shotgun, and also he has the Avenger Mark I, and Liara still has the Shuriken and the Predator. I've just redone Shepard's points. I'm saving up Liara. I want to maximise Singularity, so I'm going to save up my points to maximise Singularity. I'm going to go for these two. I'm going to go for that one and then that one. So we'll save up her points for that. As for James, I think we're going to max out Carnage and then go for Arms Master. And it says to insert disc 2. That's rather strange. Oh, good grief. Okay, if I must do so, then I shall do so. Bear with me.
Commander, I've got a hail from Admiral Hackett.
Put him through, Lieutenant.
Shepard, we've uncovered a secret Cerberus lab, function unknown. We sent in a recon team, but they were forced to pull out before they got very far.
Any other intel?
We think they're using the facility to warehouse and study Reaper tech. We've been wondering how Cerberus is connected to the Reapers, and this might give us some answers.
We're on it.
Find out what Cerberus is doing and get me any Reaper tech samples you can, Commander. Hack it out.
Hack it out.